All right. Well, hey, good morning, everybody. This is John back to talk to y'all once again about some of the trending articles in the crypto news space. As always, off the top, thanks to everyone who has subscribed wherever you're finding this content. I really do appreciate it. It lets me know I'm doing something right, I guess. Yeah, and all links that we discuss, all the articles, you'll find a link down in the description you can follow, or the links themselves, depending on where you're finding this. So let's dig in without further ado. Good old ZILLIQA got a little bit of news. It's setting its eyes on DeFi. So the team over at ZILLIQA has hinted that the project will soon, not may, but will soon venture into DeFi. This includes GZIL farming and ZIL swap to be launched. Furthermore, it could possibly host another DEX or decentralized exchange. Interesting. This is all according to ZILLIQA's marketing manager, Milan Shukri. We'll do Shukri. The ZILLIQA network will soon host a beehive of DeFi activity with ZIL holders farming GZIL. Additionally, ZIL swap will also be launched, and there is a possibility of another decentralized exchange being launched on ZILLIQA as well. He made all these plans public via the following tweet. Besides GZIL farming for all ZIL holders soon, ZIL swap also being launched soon, there may be another DEX coming to ZILLIQA. And hashtag low fees. And then a little gif of a farmer on a tractor. How cute. So, not too bad. He was not willing to provide any more details than that. However, it may just positively benefit from the DeFi platforms on its network to come. One simply needs to look at Ethereum's push in the crypto markets of June, July, and August. Not so much in September right now, when DeFi captured the minds of yield farmers. Similar feat is actually happening to Tron right now with the launch of Just Swap and the Sun token, which is currently in its Genesis mining phase. We've talked about that on this channel before. You can check out one of those previous videos for a little bit more information. It is worth to note that the ZILLIQA network recently reached a new milestone of 7 million transactions since the mainnet was launched in January of 2019. At the time of writing, it has processed just over 7 million transactions since the mainnet went live. 7 million's pretty good. I'd be hoping for 10 after a year and a half, but hey, DeFi is definitely going to add just a little bit to that number, if you ask me. I'm glad they're pushing forward and doing some good things. I like ZILLIQA. I've been keeping an eye on it. Don't own any. Feel like I should always state whether I do or not. But I've been thinking about dipping my toes into the market for a little bit in terms of them. It's just money is tight right now, as it is for many people. But hey, let's hop on over, leave ZILLIQA behind, and talk about Ripple. They're doing something different. They announced a Flare Network utility fork. So yeah, they'll be able to receive the Spark token through an airdrop, which is Flare Network's native token. It will be generated by this aforementioned utility fork and distributed to users on December 12th of this year. There will be nearly 45 billion Spark in total, as Ripple Labs and former Ripple employees are not allowed to participate in the airdrop. So that's nice, more for us random people. Again, I don't own any XRP, but more for random people like you who do. According to the latest data, the exchanges Anchor USD, True, GateHub, and Uphold have announced their support for the upcoming airdrop. Total number of 995 million XRP have been registered for the airdrop so far, 415 million XRP in the last 7 days, with the number of registered accounts increasing to over $17,379, showing a plus of about 7,000 within the last 7 days, which is pretty nice. In terms of driving users, airdrops seem to do a pretty decent job. Hopefully there's also some use cases to back this up. All users who keep their XRPs on exchanges that do not support the airdrop can send their XRP to the Bithumb wallet and can thus participate. Each account will have a public address and a private key, and then afterwards you have to prove the actual ownership of your account. It's a whole thing. There's a little link in the article you can follow to learn more about it. We're not going to get into this video because we don't have time. So the Flare network will use the Ethereum virtual machine, interesting, to execute smart contracts on Ethereum using XRP via the Flare network. All transactions for a smart contract can be received and sent using the XRP ledger, which will be implemented in Flare. The Spark token is used to secure FXRP. So there's some interesting cross-chain stuff going on there. I really like XRP in terms of a cross-payment provider. If it can alleviate some of the congestion on the Ethereum network in any small way, it's a good thing to do. And definitely going to keep an eye on that. If you've got some XRP and you want to get an airdrop, now's the time to head to one of those 4 exchanges. I'm sure, unless XRP is artificially limiting the number of exchanges that can take it, that the bigger boys will get in on the game soon enough as it approaches. If not, get yourself set up with a Zoom wallet. So, let's hop on over. Bithumb, which is the largest exchange in South Korea, and I believe the 10th, 9th? Let's say 9th largest exchange by market volume, got raided for a second time. Jeez. Second time in the course of a week. Bithumb, the largest crypto exchange in South Korea, is facing these raids. The Seoul Metropolitan Police Agency has conducted additional search and seizure checks at Bithumb's headquarters in the Gangnam district on September 7th. Police official reportedly said that the latest investigations aim to secure additional evidence related to existing allegations against Lee Jung-hoon, chairman of the board at Bithumb Korea and Bithumb Holdings. He is kind of accused of major financial fraud involving the BXA token. This was promoted to be Bithumb's native token, but it was never launched or listed, and they're saying it was high-scale fraud that could cause damages of $25 million US. So they're going after him for some serious white-collar crime. Alongside these related investigations, Bithumb has had some trouble recently from a hack that happened back in 2017. I believe it was pretty recently a judge ruled that Bithumb is partially responsible for this hack that happened, and as such they may owe some damages. But despite all this, they're still the 9th largest crypto exchange worldwide, and their volume only decreased 2.7% over the last 24 hours, so they seem to be weathering this storm just fine, even without a native token. But, alright, so fun little article for you. Blockchain-powered smart brain. Yeah, so Singapore-based blockchain data firm Cybervane has become one of the 12 firms participating in the construction of Chinese Hainan Wenchang International Aerospace City. That's right, in China, they just build entire cities around the industry and then just make the experts move there. Construction commenced last month, with the site previously hosting a satellite launch center, so it's definitely in that right area. Described as China's first aerospace, cultural, and tourism city. I mean, how many people around the world have, well, in the United States in particular, but around the world have traveled down to Cape Canaveral, Florida to watch a space shuttle launch? I can see them turning this into a bit of a touristy thing, especially if they keep launching satellites or bring that back. It will be a hub for the development of aerospace products and support services intended for use in Chinese spacecraft and satellite launch missions. So it sounds like they might. The 12 million square meter facility will host the country's first aerospace supercomputing center, which will focus on developing 40 technological areas, including big data, satellite remote sensing, and high precision positioning technology. And China has sought to team up with top distributor Ledger Technology teams to develop smart cities for several years now, with blockchain notarization service Factcom partnering back with the Chinese government in 2016. So Cybervein is just jumping in on the game. As those of you may or may not know, China has their blockchain service network, which is aiming to connect blockchains together and allow developers easy access to develop on it. They have their own central bank digital currency that they're working on and currently testing live in multiple cities on the eastern edge of the country, where all the population is. So there is a lot that they're doing with cryptocurrencies and blockchain and smart cities and systems. They're really pushing for a future forward country. So remains to be seen what else they do, but that's pretty darn nice if you ask me. So hey, let's hop on over and talk about DeFi Boom a little bit. So DeFi Boom, what does that mean for the non-DeFi coins? So let's talk about that for a second. So the rapid popularity and investment growth observed in the decentralized finance sector has relied heavily on price charts, with DeFi and yield-related tokens like Yearn.finance and Aave and others rallying to their all-time highs in 2020. Yearn Finance, or Wi-Fi, has alone surged over 10x since listing. It's surged a crazy amount. In fact, most high-profile DeFi-related tokens have outperformed Bitcoin and other altcoins by a pretty long stretch. That's pretty non-arguable. We have coins posting 1x, 10x, 20x, 100x, 1000x in the DeFi sector right now, whereas Bitcoin, while performing well overall, has been kind of flat comparatively. So with all eyes set on the DeFi projects and smart contract platforms like Ethereum and Cardano, Cardano is pending, a few sectors in the cryptocurrency world appear to have been left behind, most notably cross-payment platforms like XRP and Stellar, XLM, which, for those of you who don't know, Stellar is a fork of XRP, so kind of the same thing. But this article goes on for a while, talks about, you have coins like EOS making modest gains. XRP has risen 20% since the start of 2020, but is nowhere near its all-time high. There's been a lot of public issues with the project, class action lawsuit regarding the marketing and sale. Is it a security? Is it not a security? It's getting into a copyright lawsuit over the PayID brand. There's a lot going on, but there is pretty good growth for the on-demand liquidity, which they do provide, and they have processed over $2 billion in transactions. I mean, it's pretty crazy. But while DeFi has been leaving other sectors in the crypto sphere behind, XRP is just but one example, users should be aware that many of these new projects have very little to offer, being reminiscent of the ICO space in 2017. I mean, you've got the sushi token, which we talked about yesterday. Good old Chef Nomi cashed out $12 million worth and then handed control to someone else in what kind of looks like an exit scam, but at the same time the project is going to continue. And then there was the hot dog meme coin, which lost 99% of its value in 5 minutes. So you really got to be careful. So the DeFi sector may soon follow the same footsteps as good old ICOs in 2017, especially as Ethereum continues to be overwhelmed. I think we'll just see an exodus of many projects from Ethereum until it gets its act in gear, which is why I'm actually kind of excited for Tron's Sun market. I do own Tron. I am staking it for the Genesis mining. Full disclosure, that's part of the reason why I'm excited. I'm interested to see what tokens I earn from this mining thing that I'm doing and what they'll be worth and how Tron will develop them. Justin Sun did good at getting me back engaged in the ecosystem. Still don't really like him as a person, but that's the point. So I don't think we'll see DeFi die. I think we'll just see more and more projects start to move from Ethereum or move to having multiple chains on their platform. Like have Ethereum, have EOS, have Ethereum, have Tron, have Ethereum, have Cardano. Good old cross-chain communication. But if this happens, it's likely that profits will go back to Bitcoin or fiat sectors of crypto that have been left out. So if DeFi takes a hit, well, money's probably going to shift back into the other coins. On the other hand, DeFi has shown a few signs of slowing down, but not many, with high-yield automated strategies continuing to be developed. In the future, it's possible that a portion of these profits will trickle back into Bitcoin and altcoins as investors look for safer, quote-unquote, assets to invest in. Thus, it might not be necessary for non-DeFi coins and networks to develop new use cases to entice investors. I disagree. If you're not at least trying to innovate, you're only going to fall behind and lose out. Hey, let's hop on over, talk about China and the PlusToken scam. So they have prosecuted 6 members of the PlusToken team. The scam ran for over a year and pocketed nearly billion dollars. This move comes a month after Chinese authorities made 109 arrests in connection to this scheme. 6 key members of the scheme were named in the filings on suspicion of organizing and leading this alleged pyramid scheme. The move came a month after these authorities made the 109 arrests, nabbing 27 members of its quote-unquote core team and another 82 key performers or promoters. At its peak, PlusToken involved more than 2 million participants with more than 3,000 hierarchical relationships, with a total value of digital currencies involved exceeding 40 billion yuans or $5.8 billion. PlusToken ran this alleged scheme under the cover of being an innocent crypto wallet and interest-bearing application from South Korea. Oh, just a little up-and-comer. It promised over 10 to 30% in monthly gains on initial capital to users based on a pretty generous referral program. 10 to 30% a month? Jeez. And it worked. Well, until it didn't. PlusToken managed to attract an estimated 3 million users by May of 2019, but soon after, users discovered they could not access their funds on the platform, which eventually led to them seeking police action. We got a lovely picture of the 6 individuals. Looks like 5 guys and 1 girl. Dang. But they arrested these people back in July of 2019. It blew open the project's legitimacy, and it was the start of the manhunt for its architects. And what followed later was a year-long chase ending in last month's arrests. So they have really cracked down and nabbed these guys, but still $6 billion is what they were able to get that scheme to. They'd had a better exit strategy. I mean, there's probably a couple of them that the Chinese haven't found yet that are sipping Mai Tais on a beach in Southeast Asia or the South Pacific somewhere. So it's not, they probably didn't get everybody, but dang, that's rough. Hey, let's hop on over, though, talk about Chainlink. This is an article I debated heavily about talking about or not because I don't want to get the hate, but it's news and I think it's worth discussing. So Timothy Peterson of Cane Island Alternative Advisors, he's valuing Chainlink between $5 to $8. His link is based on their function calls. So Link's function calls, which is the actual usage of the network when the oracles are called. This value should not be considered financial advice, as he states multiple times, but Link is currently battling to stay at about $12. Mr. Peterson clearly explained that his valuation of a Link is based on these function calls, and these calls have dropped considerably in the last few days. As a result, the value of Link has experienced a pullback. Below is a second tweet by Mr. Peterson. He said Chainlink's price is heavily influenced by these function calls or the actual use of the Chainlink network. Those calls have dropped back down to the trend. I expect price to follow. So the trend line that he's referring to has Chainlink in the $5 to $10 range currently, with it sloping upward where it would hit a natural value of $15 a coin by December of 2020. So not too long to wait. So if you're freaking out and at this article that it's worth $5 to $8 and you're thinking about cashing out your Chainlink that you bought at 10, Well, hang on. This line actually says you'll be back in, at 50% profit levels by the end of this year. So I wouldn't freak out too much just yet. But yeah, no. Link is trying to reclaim this $12 support zone after this brutal weekend we just had in crypto. Oh my god. Whew, it was rough for all coins involved, not just Chainlink, so don't feel like you're alone. And then, hey, moving on to the last article to round things off. Hackers shut down Argentinian borders with a $4 million ransom. Their old Argentina's immigration agency. It put immigration offices and control posts out of service for 4 hours. The attackers were later identified by authorities as NetWalker, which is a ransomware operation that targets corporate computer networks. Looked like they made the jump into governmental. It's first reported by the Argentinian government on August the 27th to the country's cybercrime agency after multiple calls from border control checkpoints suggested their computer networks were compromised. They took swift action, good for them, and shut down central servers to prevent the virus from propagating to other systems. As a consequence, all Argentinian immigration offices and control posts were put out of services for 4 hours until they were brought back online again safely. The attackers were later identified by authorities as NetWalker. Its usual pattern of attack is to encrypt or put a password on all Microsoft applications such as Word, Excel, and Office on the victim's network. Ransom is then demanded for the return of the password, which if you're a large company and you have a lot of Microsoft licenses, dang, that's rough. But they initially charged $2 million for Bitcoin, then upped it to $4 million. However, the officials didn't budge. They told local news outlet Infobay that they will not negotiate with hackers, and neither are they too concerned with getting that data back. Ouch. I mean, I've worked in so many industries where data is like the word of God to some people. So for them to be like, yeah, they got it. We don't care. It makes me pause. It's just the antithesis to everything I know. But interesting little story right there. Good for Argentina, not capitulating to what I would call almost terrorism. But hey, that does it for the trending articles in the crypto news space today. Again, thanks to everyone who subscribed. If you haven't subscribed and you've made it to this point, you might as well. Believe me, you're one of the few that do. I know my analytics. And you get to hear me talk pretty much every single day about these crypto articles. I'm gonna bring you the hits. And yeah, link down in the description, or links down in the description, depending on where you're finding this, to where you can read all these articles for yourself. As far as the top 10 coins by market cap are doing, Bitcoin's sitting at $9,998.48. Just get back over. Just be 10. Just be 10. Ethereum's sitting at $336, up 2% on the day. Tether doesn't count. XRP's up 1%. Bitcoin Cash is up 3%. Chainlink is up 2.6% at $11.66, so it's not doing great, but it's holding steady. Polkadot for 28, up 3.89%. Bitcoin SV launching back upwards into the top 10, up 8%. Binance Coin is up 8%. Litecoin is up 3.6%. And what I would consider to be the 10th coin, Crypto.com coin, is pretty freaking flat. But that will do it for the day. Oh, wow. Tron is up 16%. Nice. Still well below what I bought it for, but hey. You live and you learn. Dash is up 10%. VeChain's up 10%. Good for VeChain. Yeah. So, market seems to be recovering a little bit, which is good. We have had quite the rough weekend. I can only hope this week brings that rocket ship to the moon that we are all, and I mean all of us, waiting for. So that being said, my name is John, and I will talk to you all soon. Peace.